Dr. Zixtharan adjusted his crystalline sensory apparatus for the third time in 10 minutes, his forearms dancing across the holographic displays that surrounded his research station. The Viridian scholar had spent the better part of 2 standard cycles studying the newest species to join the Galactic Confederation, humans. His findings were troubling. Inferior pain tolerance, he muttered into his recording device, his translator converting the complex harmonic frequencies of his native tongue into standard galactic. Primitive neural architecture. Insufficient evolutionary pressure to develop proper endurance mechanisms. The other researchers aboard the orbital station had grown tired of his theories, but Zixtharan remained convinced. His data was irrefutable. Humans possessed fewer pain-blocking neural pathways than any of the 47 other sentient species in the Confederation. Their bodies produced inadequate amounts of natural analgesics. By every measurable standard, they should crumble at the first sign of discomfort. A soft chime indicated an incoming transmission from the human colony below. Zixtharan's secondary eyes rotated toward the communication array, expecting another routine data exchange. Instead, the holographic display materialized the image of a human female, Dr. Sarah Chen, the colony's chief medical officer. "Dr. Zixtharan," she began, her voice carrying an odd tension, "we have a situation that might interest your research. A medical emergency that's unusual." Zixtharan's primary eyes focused intently. Perhaps this would provide the final evidence he needed to publish his paper on human fragility. "Elaborate, Dr. Chen. One of our children, an 8-year-old boy named Marcus, was exploring the outer perimeter when a structural beam fell during a maintenance operation. His left arm is severely fractured, and we don't have the proper surgical equipment for complex pediatric procedures. Our supply ship isn't due for another 6 days." The Viridian scholar's throat sac inflated with what might have been excitement. "I assume the child is in considerable distress? Perhaps unconscious from the trauma?" Dr. Chen's expression shifted in a way that Zixtharan had learned indicated human confusion. "Actually, that's why I'm calling. Marcus is, well, he's asking if he can watch the surgery." Impossible. Zixtharan's databanks contained extensive files on human pain responses. A fracture of that severity would render any human child incapacitated. "Your readings must be incorrect. Would you like to see for yourself?" Before Zixtharan could respond, Dr. Chen adjusted her communication device. The display expanded to show a sterile medical bay where a small human sat on an examination table. The child's left arm hung at an unnatural angle, clearly broken. Yet he was not only conscious, he was smiling. "Hi there," the child said, waving with his uninjured arm when he noticed the camera. "Are you the alien scientist Dr. Chen told me about? That's so cool. I've never talked to an alien before." Zixtharan's sensory apparatus recalibrated automatically, certain it was malfunctioning. "Dr. Chen, this child requires immediate sedation." The trauma response should have— "Marcus," Dr. Chen interrupted gently. "Can you tell Dr. Zixtharan how you're feeling?" The boy's face scrunched up in concentration. "Well, my arm hurts pretty bad, like when I fell off my bike last year, but worse. But Dr. Chen says you're studying how different species handle pain, so I figured I could help with science." He paused, then added with 8-year-old logic, "Besides, if I cry, Mom will worry more when she gets here." Zixtharan's forearms moved frantically across his instruments. The bioscanners confirmed it. The child was experiencing significant pain. Neural activity in the regions associated with pain processing blazed across the monitors. Yet somehow, impossibly, the small human was not only enduring it but actively engaging in conversation about it. Over the next 6 hours, Zixtharan watched in growing amazement as the human child maintained consciousness and coherent thought throughout the entire ordeal. The colony's medical team performed a complex procedure using improvised tools, and Marcus not only remained awake, but asked questions about the surgical process. "Does that device cauterize the blood vessels?" the boy asked as Dr. Chen worked on his arm. "And why do you need to insert that metal rod? Is it because human bones don't heal straight without help?" Dr. Chen answered each question patiently while continuing her delicate work. "That's right, Marcus. The rod will help your bone grow back properly. You're being very brave." "I'm not being brave," Marcus replied matter-of-factly. "It just hurts, that's all. Brave is when you're scared, but do something anyway. I'm not scared of pain, it's just information, right?" It tells you something's wrong so you can fix it. Zixtharan's research notes lay forgotten as he processed this revelation. In Viridian culture, pain was the ultimate enemy, something to be eliminated at any cost. Their entire medical philosophy centered around immediate pain cessation. The concept of pain as mere information was revolutionary. As the surgery concluded successfully, Marcus looked directly into the camera. "Dr. Zixtharan, did this help your research? I know it probably seems weird that I didn't pass out or anything, but my dad always says pain is just your body's way of talking to you. You don't have to like what it's saying, but you should listen." The Viridian scholar stared at the display long after the transmission ended. His carefully compiled data suddenly seemed incomplete. Not wrong exactly, but missing a crucial element. He had measured pain reception and neural responses, but he had never considered the possibility that a species might develop something far more valuable than pain resistance. Pain acceptance. Humans didn't endure pain by feeling less of it. They endured it by choosing not to let it define them. Zixtharan deleted his research paper and began writing a new one. This time the title read, "Pain as Information: How Humanity's Unique Psychological Framework Transforms Suffering into Strength." He had much more to learn about these remarkable creatures.